having studied World War II and Hitler and all of these things and written some of these books, how do you feel about the climate right now with a lot of the rhetoric and the rise of some of these
You
fascist
know,
groups?
half of me gets really depressed because I've never seen a society that's so absurd as the modern American society, the way that nobody can say anything to the other side. There used to be an aisle between the two political parties, and now it's a Grand Canyon. So that part of me says, "Oh, this is awful. This is the worst it's ever been." And then I start looking back, and I think in the 30s we had a depression. In the 40s, we had a world war that millions of people uh, died in. Things haven't been so bad. Things in 2023, at least there's no nuclear bombs going off, at least not yet. And so I don't know. I guess my short answer is it's not too late to make a short answer. I'm torn between the two. Sometimes I think this is the worst state in history, and sometimes I think it's not so bad.
Yeah, it can be both though. It can be like
Yeah,
bad in some
Yeah.
ways and good in others.
absolutely.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the fascism thing, isn't that what happened in Italy? Didn't he like come to power, fire everybody, and then kill all his opponents, and then declared martial law? I mean, can that happen in the United States? I mean, certainly Trump would dare to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, would it succeed? Like, you know,
Yeah, hard to tell. Mussolini did it in Italy, and Stalin, of course, and yeah, it can be done, and it's all, as I
overnight.
say, based on haste. Yeah, I like to think the Trump thing is going to peter out. I mean, he's an old man, and all these guys are trying to be the new Trump, keep stumbling over themselves. They don't do it like it. I have no idea how that guy does what he does. When he first started this political career, I said, 7% of the people are dumb enough to follow this guy. It's going to be scary. And
Mhm.
then he gets like 49% of the electorate. I don't understand it. Just don't understand it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it is just the quality of living has declined for so many people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
people are just no longer, when you can't meet your basic needs, you can't go to work and bring home what you need to bring home to put food on the table, roof over your head, all of these basic things.
Absolutely.
It
Mhm.
fills people with desperation, with rage, and I'll say, like, even in California is where I live, that's supposed to be a has a reputation of being a very like liberal place. Even in the past few years, we have seen a lot of these like fascist groups, and they're not just like Trumpers. There's a lot of these like little splintered off groups, and they will come in, they will protest like LGBTQ plus, like anything in the schools, and they'll be violent, and it's concerning to see these people rising. And there are even like, even walking around my neighborhood, there'll be like Nazi symbolism and things that were not really noticeable before. And so there's definitely a shift, and I don't think that it's all Trump. It's like you don't just have to worry about Trump. I mean, yeah, he's terrible, but there's all these other groups, and once people have bought into that ideology, like they've bought in. And I think that's the scary thing. And a lot of these people don't even want to be reasoned with. They want to just exterminate certain
Yeah.
groups, and that's what's really terrifying.
It really is. Yeah. Because on day-to-day life, I don't meet people like that. I see them on the news and maybe I pass them in the street, but I just think human beings are basically so good that this has to be overcome. I hope.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that are fighting on the other side of it too, like, trying
Yeah.
to push these people back, and and protect these marginalized communities that are being
Yeah.
attacked. So I mean, yeah, I think people have capacity for great good and great bad, all at
Yeah. And as
all at the
I
same
said,
time.
I call them Iscariots in the book. It's a word I coined. Is a politician or a leader who knows how to feed on that distrust. They're good people, but you're right. They're without a job. The wife's driving them crazy. They're in a tiny
Mhm.
little apartment. So sure, they're going to start hating something, other than themselves. And I think Rush Limbaugh gets not enough discredit. I think he started this modern view of things because he realized on his radio show, boy, I can make a lot of money and I can get a lot of power if I feed into this distrust and hatred. And it's done all the time. It's a shame.
Yeah, I saw this documentary, and one of the things that stuck out the most was this coal miner. And they were talking to him, and he said, I knew Trump was lying when he said he was going to bring back the coal industry, but at least he acknowledged my existence.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, there it is. I mean,
how you can argue with that? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Wow.
It's the same with abortion. Trump will take any stand on abortion.
Oh yeah.
Depending what will further his career.
Oh yeah.
It's awful.
Absolutely.